Imagine walking into a popular local restaurant, ordering their famous steamed pork buns, and taking a bite of the juicy, dark meat inside. It tastes delicious. But what if that meat wasn't pork? What if, mixed in with the spices, were the chopped remains of the restaurant's previous owners? Welcome back to Dark Meridian. What you're about to hear is not a script from a horror movie. It is a chilling reality that birthed one of the most terrifying urban legends in Asian history. In 1985, a bustling restaurant in Macau held a dark secret in its kitchen, a secret that would make anyone sick to their stomach. This is the true story of the Eight Immortals Restaurant murders. To understand this bloodbath, we must look at the predator. Huang Jiang was already a cold-blooded killer before setting foot in Macau. In 1973, under his real name, Chun Ziliang, he murdered a man in Hong Kong over a debt. To evade capture, he fled to Guangzhou and brutally burned off his own fingerprints. He then sneaked into Macau, adopting the name Huang Ji. On the other side was Zhang Lin, the owner of the Eight Immortals Restaurant. He lived there with his wife Zheng Hiji, their 5 children, and other relatives. They ran a successful business, but Zhang Lin and his wife shared a fatal flaw. They were heavy gamblers. The predator and the prey eventually crossed paths at the gambling table in 1984. Zheng Lin and his wife played a high-stakes game with Huang Jiang and lost 180,000 baht. They made a verbal agreement. If the debt was not paid within a year, the restaurant would be surrendered to Huang Ji. This reckless promise sealed their doom. On the night of August 4th, 1985, after the restaurant closed, Huang Jiang came to collect the money. Zhang Lin flatly refused to pay and denied the agreement to hand over the property. An intense argument erupted. In a fit of rage, Huang Jiang smashed a beer bottle and used a jagged glass to hold Zhang Lin's young son, Zheng Guangwan, hostage. Threatening to kill the boy, he forced all 10 people in the restaurant to tie each other up with ropes. As they were being tied, Zheng Hiji suddenly broke free and attacked him. Huang Jiang immediately killed her with the broken bottle. Realizing there was no turning back, he unleashed a merciless slaughter, systematically murdering Zheng Lin, his children, and all the remaining staff to silence them forever. What followed was a horrifying cleanup. Over the next few days, Huang Jiang used large butcher knives to dismember all 10 bodies inside the restaurant's kitchen. He packed the severed remains into black plastic bags, tossing some into dumpsters and dumping others directly into the ocean. He calmly took over the Eight Immortals Restaurant, telling everyone that Zhang Lin had moved his family to the mainland to escape gambling debts. He continued to operate the restaurant, serving its famous pork buns. Since the victims' remains were never fully recovered, a chilling urban legend was born. Huang Jiang had ground the missing body parts into the meat filling and served them to unsuspecting customers. On August 8, 1985, swimmers at Hakasa Beach made a gruesome discovery as severely decomposed human limbs washed ashore. Police recovered 11 severed body parts but could not identify the victims, as Huang Jiang had crushed the fingertips to destroy fingerprint evidence. The case went cold for 8 months. In April 1986, a relative of Zhang Lin in mainland China realized the family had completely vanished. He wrote letters to the Macau police, expressing strong suspicion about Huang Jiang. The police reopened the investigation and finally matched the recovered remains to the missing family through blood types and faint fingerprint traces. In September 1986, sensing the police closing in, Huang Jiang attempted to flee Macau but was intercepted and arrested. During his time in prison, he was frequently beaten and tortured by other inmates who were allegedly connected to Zheng Lin. Unable to bear the torment, he attempted suicide multiple times. On December 4th, 1986, Huang Jiang made his final move. Using a sharp piece of metal torn from a trash can, he severed his arteries in his cell and bled to death. Huang Jiang left behind a suicide note claiming innocence, but the evidence was overwhelming. He took the complete truth to his grave. To this day, no one knows exactly how he disposed of all 10 bodies, and the terrifying question remains unanswered. Did the people of Macau actually eat human flesh in those pork buns? The Eight Immortals Restaurant murders stand as a grim reminder of how greed and gambling can invite true evil into our lives. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.